The European Parliament has, for the first time, called for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza and the start of political efforts to resolve the conflict. The resolution, which carries no legal weight, was approved with 312 votes in favour, 131 against and 72 abstentions. It follows weeks of efforts by left-leaning groups to sharpen the Parliament's previous call for a humanitarian pause in Gaza.
The Gaza Strip is flattened to the ground. It's time to stop. It's time to create the conditions for proper humanitarian support and even for building any sort of long-lasting peace in the region and between these two countries. It's time to stop this war. It's time to build peace.
But the call for a ceasefire comes with two conditions: that Israeli hostages are immediately released and that Hamas is dismantled in Gaza. The conditions were imposed by the centre-right European People's Party, who feared a ceasefire could undermine Israel's efforts to eradicate Hamas, which is designated as a terrorist organisation by the European Union.
But sustainable peace cannot exist as long as Hamas and other terrorist groups hijack the Palestinian cause and threaten the existence of Israel, the only democracy of the region.
The EU's 27 leaders have failed to unanimously call for a humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza, despite some countries such as Belgium, Ireland and Spain supporting the immediate cease of hostilities. But a majority of member states backed a ceasefire call at the UN's General Assembly in December. Experts say such calls, although symbolic, can put pressure on Israel to exercise restraint.
We've seen that, calls from some EU leaders, from leaders in the Arab world, but even close allies from Israel, such as the United States, have called Israel to show more restraint in its actions in Gaza. And, I think partially it works. We've also seen Israel now withdrawing partially from the Gaza Strip.
Gaza's health ministry, which is led by Hamas, says that 24,000 Palestinians have lost their lives since the outbreak of the conflict in October.